point of this is the moment you amputate the Alexa, stop. The moment that you amputate the appendix and take it off, and you take those instruments, whatever was clamped onto it or anything like that, right? You know, interlumen potentially. Hopefully the base is tied off enough that there's no spillage. You are then contaminated. So touching your mayo, touching your back table, all those things needs to be not even limited, just can't happen until gloves get changed. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right? So at that point you're contaminated. So you shouldn't be touching anything else, any of your other equipment, otherwise you just contaminate everything else. And so once you amputate it, right, you get your specimen. And if they want to irrigate, you can. Give them the asepto, give them the pitcher, just grab it from the end here where you're not touching anything else. Same with the asepto, whatever it is. Give it to them and then it becomes trash.
Yes.
Right? If you need to open up a new asepto, a new pitcher, you can use the bowl after that. If the pitcher becomes contaminated, whatever, you MacGyver something, use what you got. Okay, so once you come back, right, if they use these laps while dissecting out the appendix, consider them contaminated. Toss your laps. Right? If any spillage or anything came in contact with your wheat liners, get rid of those. Put them into the basin or a towel or whatever your facility circulator surgeon wants. There's many different ways to do it.
Most of the time, though, the retractors will not get contaminated because
Typically
most surgeons
not, yeah.
will line the incision site with laps so that the laps can be swapped out and the retractors remain clean. Yeah.
So AST standard says to I showed it to him the other day in clearance. To take towels, line the incisional opening, the fenestration,
Correct.
with towels instead of the countable sponge, and then get rid of them afterwards.
So we use towels instead.
The so once you're here, nothing else should be touched, right? If the suction was used while you irrigated, things like that, you grab it to take it off and put it into there because it's then contaminated, right? But now you're also touching this. So you would need a new suction. What you could do, grab a towel, wrap it around your hand.
Could use some towels, yes.
This is why we're all towel. This is why we're all towel hoarders.
Yes.
Wrap it around your hand, right? Take this off, dump it into wherever your isolated instruments are going. Drop this, dispose of the towel. That's still clean because you can come in contact with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So anything that you come in contact with before you change your gloves, while you irrigate, whatever it is, needs to be changed. The bobby, anything.
Yeah, and don't drop the towel in the kick bucket.
I was just about to ask that. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
kick bucket is only
Only
is
for
only countable
sponges.
items. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Once you're here,
Okay.
you as the tech would remove the surgeon's gloves, right? Top gloves.
Outer gloves, yeah, because we're double glove.
Yes, every case you double glove. Right, so you'd remove their outer gloves. You have, if you knew it was going to be a clean contaminated case, you would just open up extras for everybody before the case started. Otherwise, your circulator could open them up as you're taking everything off. Your gloves come off last.
Yeah.
Okay?
You need these still you're taking everybody else's contaminated gloves out.
You're taking the top contaminated glove off and leaving the sterile, clean bottom glove still on. So everything comes off, and then gloves are the last piece. Because if you take your top gloves off, now you're clean. If you still have laps up here, anything like that, you can't grab them without contaminating your gloves again.
Yes.
If that happens, you could grab something that you know you're not probably going to use, like a Russian, pick them up, dispose of them in a kick bucket, and then isolate back in.
Yeah.
Right? There's ways to do things. So everything comes off that was contaminated, gloves come off.
Mr. J, if we're double glove, do we still use like when we take off the gloves, sort of like an open glove technique, where we're taking off like from top and then
Like, how do you remove?
not skin to skin, but obviously
How
glove to
you
glove
remove
on the
your
inside.
glove?
Yes. Or no?
How do you take off
Yes,
the
you
glove?
still do glove to glove, skin to skin. You just have a glove instead of your skin on the
Yeah.
second hand.
That's it.
Yes. Yeah, that way nothing goes splattering. Again, we covered in irrigation and body fluid and blood and all kinds of fun things. So You want to take them off glove to
Okay.
glove and then come underneath and go skin to skin. After that, replace gloves, Everybody's new. Grab laps.
Fresh pair of laps.
Do you want us to practice the double gloving for the demonstration?
No,
No?
not yet.
Not at this point, yeah.
Okay, so right now we're verbally going through the process of what bowel technique entails. Okay, so once the appendix is taken out, it's resected, right? You remove everything that is contaminated, irrigation, laps, instruments, so on and so forth. The instruments that went off, remember, those are the circulator's responsibility to count, right? Because they're no longer sterile. They're off somewhere. Hopefully I didn't send them to pathology. They're just in the kidney basin. You remove gloves, put on new ones, fresh laps, you're ready to go. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Any questions? Comments?
And from there,
If
it's
we
pretty
do
much
need
closing
towels,
this.
laps, or anything, we can ask our circulator for it, right?
Yep.
We can put it on the-
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remove like the surgeon's place. So
Grab them by the cuffs and then peel them.
Yeah. That way they go inside out.
What if you were to pull their cup over their hand? Would that contaminate them?
No, because you're gonna put the glove back on anyway. But you couldn't do that because they have another glove on.
Yeah.
They have a bottom glove on. So remember, we're double gloved. So there will still be a clean glove underneath that. Whether or not they want a second glove because they're just gonna close, whether all that kind of thing is all up to the surgeon. But for this instance, we are going to put on new ones and re-glove ourselves, verbally for now until we get to practicing.
we would go around the field as well.
If they start walking, you can meet them around. Otherwise, you have clean, sterile gloves. This
You
is
can do it
clean.
over the field.
You can do it over the field. There's no lint or anything, bioburden or anything to fall out of a glove into the wound, so you'll be fine.
It really depends on where the surgeon's going to be going.
Yeah, if they start walking, you can meet them. Otherwise, it all just happens over the field.
Yeah, makes sense.
And if you're really in a rush, you toss them theirs. They do yours. You do yours. Everything just keeps on moving, depending on what the situation is. Good.
Good.
Okay. So what's the first thing you do after the appendix is resected and passed off? Okay, so specimen's off. What do we do after that? Okay. What if they want to irrigate with the pitcher?
You grab it by the zip, and
Okay, so we grab the pitcher,
then you irrigate,
we'd irrigate.
and you throw it in the basin.
Okay, then it would go into the basin.
Basin.
Okay, we can use the bowl, add some more irrigation if we need it. Okay, and then what?
Towels or instruments that came in contact the suction.
Okay, instruments, towels, anything that was up here that came in contact.
Use a towel to grab the hose and remove the tip.
Potentially
Place
if they
the tip in
suctioned,
the
yep.
basin.
Yeah.
Nice.
Change that up, and then from there.
Then change
Glove surgeon, the other surgeon.
Okay, remove your surgeons,
Okay.
remove yours.
Unglove yours.
Okay, put on new ones.
Put on new ones first, and then if
Both more towels.
surgeon needs help with gloving, then glove the surgeon.
Okay, fresh laps,
Suction.
and you're good to go.
Got it.
Okay, so that yank hour I take it was contaminated?
Yes.